Hello, my sexy muffins, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we are doing from the Cuphead show, Baroness von Bonbon as a Yandere and what they would be like as a Yandere, and possibly her as with a scenario with you, the listener. So yes, let's do this. Disclaimer: Baroness von Bonbon is not Yandere in canon, and this is just for fun and not to be taken seriously and at all. Simping for fictional characters and fictional yanderes is fine, as long as you separate fiction from reality and do not be gross or illegal about it. Yanderes are not ideal partners to have in real life. Fun girl. But if you want to have a yandere partner, that is up to you. You do you, fam. Just make sure you have good trust issues because you're going to have to make sure that yandere is in check if you want to not have a husband or wife or non-binary spouse in the jail who scowl. Anyways, let's do this. And yes, remember, this is Baroness von Bonbon from the Cuphead show and not necessarily from the, was it called? Game. Yeah, game. The video game. Though I might use some images of her from the video game in the videos, so I do not know. I will have to figure that out and edit in. So yeah, let's do this. Her traits as a yandere. She seems cheerful and kind at first, but oh man, this woman is beyond creepy. Like seriously, she is the creepiest of women. She is the creepiest of the women in the show so far, and that makes her even more creepy as a yandere, in which she is doing things like smelling your dirty clothes, collecting your hair and other bodily items. We won't talk about that. That have come off or out of you. She also would have a shrine of you, of course. The shrine of you would be mostly made out of candy, if not all the way made out of candy. She would also have candy sculptures of you, and she would love to suckle on certain parts of those sculptures, but they are not as sweet as you. At least that is what she believes. She is very much an unhinged yandere, which means she is completely and utterly insane and willing to slaughter everyone for you and is close to snapping for good. To her, you are as sweet as can be, and she has a sickly sweet obsession for you, and the kind that will give you an upset tummy and rot the teeth out of your skull. She is very much the jealous type. I am talking about the whole eye twitching when she sees you with someone else, murdering rivals, jealousy, while laughing like a lunatic. She would deal with rivals by making them into sweet candy and then feeding them to you. Yep, she is going to fatten you up and make you chunky so you cannot run away from her. After all, there will be just more of you to love, and if you're good and chunky, then she can just cuddle you and love you forever and ever and ever and ever. Do not fret. She will take good care of you, her sweet sugar plum. She would have all the sweet nicknames for you, all candy and sugar related, sugar plum being her favorite of all of them for you. She also would stalk you and steal your shite for her shrine. How she would confess? Simple, she is going to trick you into staying here with her or kidnapping you, or both. She would lock you away in her sugar dungeon, in her sugar castle, and feed you nothing but sweets until you were too fat to run away from her. You're going to be thick. You're going to be thick and chunky to run away from her. Then she will allow you to wander Sugarland, though she will have the castle following you almost all the time you are out of it. She probably also have be a freak in the bed and into sugar, be using sugar for foreplay. Just saying, but we're not going to get too much into that. You do not need friends and family when you have her, after all. Oops, sorry, I skipped a few lines. There we go. You are her sugar plum snookum bear. Why would you want to be with anyone else when you two are meant to be? Why? Why would you want to be with anyone else? You have her and only her, and she is the only one you need. Other than my craziness, put aside. Now, let's do the scenario. Now, I'm going to test 2 ways out, and you guys can tell me which you prefer. Comment below which you prefer. Do you prefer me talking as if I am I am speaking from her point of view, as in saying I am me, but it's my voice? Or do you want to see no one's point of view, which is third person? Comment below what you would prefer. For this one, we're going to be doing first person of how she saw you and how she stalked you a bit, maybe. So let's do this.
They are just so beautiful. I saw them once they entered Sugarland. They were beyond beautiful. Normally only nosy children enter my lands. But they were not a child. They were an adult. And I fell for them so hard. They are so beautiful. I just wanted to eat them up, but also not eat them up. I want to keep them forever. And that is what I plan to do. I walk up to them and offer my deal, smiling widely and offering them everything in Sugarland. All they had to do was stay with me forever and ever and never ever leave me. They did not know how to process this and tried to run. Oh, running would do them no good at all. I start to chasing them and hunting them down. Finally, when I get my arms wrapped around their little bodies, I carry them back to the castle, throw them in the dungeon, and chain them to the wall. They shouldn't have run, because now I have to punish them and make them so that they will never, ever leave me again. I'm going to fatten them up so they can never run away again. If they're nice and thick, they won't be able to run away, and then I will be able to keep them forever and ever and ever and ever. Oh, I'm such a bad wife.
Anyways, now that is the first one of how I would try to do it in her point of view. As you can see, I really got way into it. Now this one's going to be the no one's point of view, taken off where you were trapped in the dungeon, being overfed, and now from a third person's point of view. Baroness Van Bonbon started to fatten you up, force feeding you much sugar and nothing else but sugar. You were starting to feel low and slow from the sugar withdrawals when you were not eating it constantly, making you want to eat even more and more, and you became fatter and fatter and fatter and thick. Finally, she started to notice that you needed new shackles. She made new ones and put them on you, keeping you nice in place so you wouldn't bust out your old ones now, would you? Once that is done, she is happy with that and continues to feed you.
You know, if you didn't run, this could have all been yours without me chaining you up,
she says to you.
I wish you would have just behaved, but now I have to feed you and feed you and feed you against your will. Don't I, darling? I know you hate me for this, but you will learn to love me, and then we will be a happy, happy family forever and ever. I cannot wait to give you everything you could ever ask for, except for freedom, of course. You can never leave me. You don't need any family or friends,
she tells you, grinning widely and insanely. She kisses you again and says she will be back in the morning with more delicious sweets, and maybe even some hot cocoa if you're a good little darling. You again try to get your way out of the shackles, but it is no use. you become slower and more sluggish each day with the more sweets you get, and you are now knowing you'll never be able to escape the Baroness. You will be stuck with her forever and ever. You only wished you never came to this stupid sugar land. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this. I got way into it, and I really love this video. This is one of my better recorded videos, and I love it, and I hope that you all enjoyed. And if you would like to see more, comment. If you would like to see more of the, I'm probably not going to do a part 2 of this, so don't comment part 2. I'm probably not going to do a part 2 of this, so please no part 2. Anyways, I hope that you all enjoyed. And if you would like to see more Cuphead stuff, I did do King Dice, though it's low quality. I will be doing also a few other Cuphead show characters. The Devil, Pork Rind, and the Gramophone, Ludwig. And those I know are on the list to do, so they will be coming up at some point for me to do. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed this, and if you would like to see more, check the playlists and the you can't see my arm is wiggling trying to think. And the suggested videos at the end. And stay sexy on my sexy muffins. Bye bye.